Hello everybody, Adeposi Okupe here from the Side Business Network, and today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. We're going to be talking about the magic of small business. The magic of small business. And if you've been following me for any period of time, you would have noticed that I'm a very big advocate for small business. And this came intuitively to me, but definitely I've been able to back it up with some data, which I'm going to be showing you today. So the magic of small business and what it can do, for an economy, right? So I'm sure you are aware that Nigeria is just coming out of a recession, and that's good news. Some people are still skeptical about it, but it's still good news. We're officially out of the recession, and but what has small business, got to do with the economy? So today we're going to be talking about the magic of small business, and what I'm going to do first, I'll just read you some information, right? Because I've had this thing at the back of my mind that maybe small business is not actually what we think small business is, right? So if I was going to ask you what you think a small business is, I definitely am sure that I would get different responses. And even my own idea of small business was not as robust, it was not as accurate as it should be. So I went online, and this is from First Bank. If you just go to Google and search definition of small business in Nigeria, you would see what the definition is. Okay, in fact, small and medium-sized enterprises, that is SMEs, defined by the central bank, SMEs as defined by the Central Bank of Nigeria are economically independent companies with about 11 to 300 employees. So small business, 11 to 300 employees, and an annual debit turnover of between 5 million naira to 500 million naira. Which kind of makes me wonder, so if I start a company and I'm just one or just two, because most of the businesses I own are either run entirely by myself or with a partner. So is that under small business? Anyway, before you can have 11 employees, you definitely must have at least started it either by yourself or with a group of people. So let's just say anything under 300 employees falls under small and medium scale business. And if you your annual turnover of less than 500 million, so anything from 0 to 500 million, that's my own definition, 0 to 500 million, is a small business, right? So the two factors there are: one, number of employees, and two, annual revenue, right? Debit turnover, so annual revenue of less than 500 million. So once you cross the 500 million naira mark, then you are probably you can be termed as a big business or a corporation or whatever, and more than 300 employees. So why are small businesses important? Small and medium scale enterprises important? I'm going to go through some statistics that will definitely shock you here. And I got this from Business Insider. So go to businessinsider.com. You would see a lot of these statistics. The first one is, so I've not been able to get these statistics for Nigeria. That goes back to one of the things that I usually talk about, which is data collection, data aggregation, and data analysis. So we haven't gotten that mix right yet. And I've been following the National Bureau of Statistics very closely because I'm interested in that, and they're actually they're picking up real fast. So I think with the new leadership of the Bureau, Dr. Yemi Kale, they're doing well. So anyway, let's go back to the facts here. The first fact is, and I have facts for the United States, I don't have for Nigeria, but I'll try and get those and maybe do that on a subsequent video. So there are 28 million small businesses in the US, 28 million small businesses in the United States, and that outnumbers corporations by 1,100 to 1. 1,100 ratio 1. That's the ratio of small businesses to large corporations in the United States. And if I pull up my calculator here, 28 million divided by 1,160. So that means for every how do I put it? For every one, okay, let's just put it this way. For every one large corporation that you have 1,162 small businesses, right? So when we're talking about small business being the bedrock of an economy, you definitely start to get an idea here. Another fact here from Business Insider is 70% of small businesses are owned and operated by a single person. So which goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? Small businesses employ 57% of the country's private workforce. Now that's huge. 57% of the country's private workforce is employed by small business. So when I say small businesses are the foundation of a sustainable economy, you start to get the idea when you're talking about, job creation, wealth creation, and things like that. Distribution of wealth. Small businesses play a very huge role, and that's why we need to start taking our businesses seriously. If you're in a side business network, you need to start taking your business seriously. Small businesses employ 57% of the country's private workforce. So if we're coming back to Nigeria and we're asking, the government hasn't provided jobs and things like that. If we're going by these statistics, 57% of the country's private workforce. Okay, so we have the private workforce and we have the public workforce. I think that's what the statistic is trying to say. But anyway, 57% of that private workforce is by small businesses. So the remaining, 43% is by the large businesses. Now, this is just private. So we have small business, large business, and that's a huge percentage of employment, right, by small business. Okay, the next fact here from Business Insider: small businesses pay 44% of U.S. payroll, and that is income, salaries. Small businesses pay 44%. 44%, right? And what led me to actually go and dig up all these facts is I saw somewhere that it said the United States was built on small businesses, and that begins to make more sense when you talk about all these facts. Look at another fact here. It takes just 6 days to start a business in the United States compared to a whopping 38 days in China. Okay, so, and I have some statistics about some countries here. And I don't have for Nigeria because I'm not even sure we know how long it takes to start a business here. I went on a rant some time ago when I was talking about how long it took my partner and I to start a new company. It took us months. It took us months to get, I think probably we put in the application in December and then we got it back in March or so. So that's like 3 months or 4 months just to get our certificate of incorporation and the memorandum of articles. That's about 3 months, right? So, and there's an index, I think Ease of Doing Business Index worldwide, which New Zealand tops, right? And that is evident from this list I'm going to read to you here. In New Zealand, it takes you 1 day to start a business. So if you want to register a business, you have an idea, you've gotten your facts together, it takes you 1 day to register. So New Zealand is topping the chart as the number one, the easiest place to do business, right? And that's evident. It's followed by Singapore is next with 3 days. Saudi Arabia is next with 5 days. In the US, it's 6 days. In the United Kingdom, it's 13 days. In India, it's 30 days. In China, it's 38 days. And in Nigeria, it took me 3 months to get my business up, right? And this is legally, obviously. And there's just a lot of facts here. Small businesses create 13 times more patents per employee than large patenting companies. So we're talking about innovation, the rate of innovation. Small businesses create 13 times more innovation than large corporations. I mean, that is so huge there. Another fact here is only 2% of small businesses are franchises. So most 54% of small businesses are home-based businesses, right? So when we come back to our own side business network and the tips I'm giving you, and I'm going to be doing a lot of interviews, bringing you practical, tutorials on how to start different kinds of businesses. So even if I'm not a guru or I'm not the expert in all these fields, I'm going to be interviewing, the experts in these different fields, showing you step by step how can you start a business in this sector, how can you start this kind of business, how can you start that kind of business, right? So 54% of small businesses are home-based businesses. That is, you can start them on the side, on the side while you're doing your job, and that is why I'm so excited about small businesses. Okay. So, I mean, those are some of the facts I pulled up, which are definitely interesting to look at, right? So when it comes to job creation, I mean, small businesses can get Nigeria out of this mess, right? Because 60 to 80% of all new jobs come from small businesses. If we're trying to create new jobs in the Nigerian economy, the government should be looking at funding, empowering and enhancing the small business sector. And that's where you come in, right? How serious are you about your business? How serious are you about, getting your idea from paper, right? From paper into the marketplace, and, and then getting that value that you're providing to be converted into income, to cash flow, to better your life, right? So that's the magic of small business. I mean, small business can do a lot for an economy, and I definitely encourage you, if you are thinking of going into business for yourself, if you've got what it takes, okay, because not everybody is going to be a business owner, right? If you've got what it takes, you definitely need to start immediately. Okay. And if you already have a business and you haven't been taking it seriously, I hope from this video you've been able to see how your small business can impact the economy. Because come to think of it, all large corporations started as small businesses. It's very rare, and I'm not even sure if it's possible to just start a business from the top, right? Start a business and go out and hire over 300 employees to become a big business. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. So all the large corporations, the likes of Microsoft, Apple, okay, let's come to Nigeria, the likes of Dangote, GTB, all our conglomerates, Globacom, all those big companies, they all started as small businesses, and that is the same chance that you have. So stop thinking, I mean, if you have a limited mindset about your business, I mean, your business can actually go from your desk at home, right, and become a large business that employs thousands of people and does billions of naira in revenue, right? I hope you got value from this video. If you did, definitely like it and share it to help somebody, and drop me a comment. Let me know it helped you. If you have questions about your business, you want to start a business, or you are already in a business and you have some challenges that I can help you with, definitely drop that in the comment box, okay? And wherever you're watching this video, like it. If it's on Facebook, subscribe to it if it's on YouTube, right? And just help spread the word, okay? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the side. Cheers.